What's up, guys? Back here with another video, and I'm going to be giving my reaction and breakdown to Bellator 266, Mr. Phil Davis versus Yoel Romero. It was an interesting main event, and it went differently than what I expected. And yeah, man, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Hit the subscribe button, throw those thumbs up, ring that bell to get all the notifications, and let's get right to it. So, in the co-main event, we had I believe Neom Gracie. I hope I'm saying that right. He came out and starched his opponent in the first round. You know, got a good elbow in. You know, just smashed him on the feet or whatnot and got the stoppage. You know, that was a super quick fight. Congratulations to him. And yeah, for the main event, we have Phil Davis versus Yoel Romero. What an interesting thing. You know, I was expecting it to go a little different. But then just thinking about it a little bit, like Yoel Romero hasn't won a couple of fights yet. You know, he just finished losing to Phil Davis. I don't know where Yoel Romero is right now. I don't know, compared to his performance, like it was kind of like the same Romero that we got when he fought Israel Adesanya. And Adesanya, again, is not a he's not a person that will go forward too much unless, you know, either he got you hurt or he just poking at you or whatnot. Phil Davis, you know, even though he just ended up losing to the champ, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. He ended up just losing in the first round to the Grand Prix and losing his title or whatnot. But Phil Davis has been looking really good in Bellator. You know, had great wins. His striking's improved. His wrestling is just phenomenal. You know, both guys. So in the breakdown, you know, I mentioned both the wrestling for Yoel and Phil Davis. You know, and it was Phil Davis at the end of it who really, you know, showcased his wrestling, had the better wrestling. So the first round in the fight, really a fill out round. Davis just staying long as I thought he would be. You know, because Yoel was very strong. You know, I don't think anybody really want to get hit with none of his shots that are coming, you know, their way. You know, Yoel just didn't pull the trigger as much, you know, as he needs to. Like, we didn't get the Yoel Romero who fought Paulo Costa, the Romero who fought Robert Whittaker twice. We didn't get none of that. You know, we had a glimpse, but it just wasn't enough. Yoel Romero had great leg kicks in the beginning of the round. Then Phil Davis started checking them. The second round kind of was the same for a good while of the fight, and then towards the ending, Phil Davis, you know, opened up. You know, they started to open up little by little. He got a takedown in the second round, or two, I believe, and yeah, that's how the round ended with Davis on top. You know, not landing too much ground and pound or whatnot, but he landed on top, and that's what really started to roll. You know, the ball started rolling in his favor. Third round came out. Again, you know, Phil Davis staying long, using his strikes. You know, I feel like for Yoel, he had his moments. He had a good defense. His defense is fantastic, but, you know, that's not going to get you winning fights. You know, that's how he won the first round anyways. You know, Phil was just a more active person. In the third round, you know, Phil striked with him a little bit, taking him down. Ended up in full mount for like a split second or whatnot. But then, you know, he was able to take him down again and again and again. He took him out like 3 times in the third round. Phil Davis, you know, for one moment, you know, I thought, you know, maybe, I'm like, damn, like this is really going totally different. Yoel Romero had his takedown defense wasn't even there. His explosiveness, he only exploded once. And that's when he was in side control, and he exploded back up to his feet or whatnot, you know. But that was pretty much it, you know. That was pretty much the whole fight. Phil just won the fight by just staying long, you know, picking and choosing his shots, which is a smart game plan against Romero. You know, again, he's a powerful dude. his wrestling is usually on point. I don't feel like Yoel really worked on his wrestling at all, or has. You know, he showed no takedown defense, no real urgency to getting back up to his feet. And then at the end of the fight, he's like, oh, he thought that it was a 5 round fight, you know, and not a three. Like you're not in the UFC anymore. UFC does that, you know. UFC main events are usually 5 rounds plus the title if it's a title fight, 5 rounds. In Bellator, a little different. You know, their main event is the the 3 5 minute rounds. You know, championship fights are 5 5 minute rounds or whatnot. So I guess miscommunication, but it's kind of hard. That's kind of like a lame excuse because I'm pretty sure you already know that's a 3 round fight, not a five. You know, like you get told this in the back. You know, by when you set up the fight, you should know that it's not a 5 round fight. It's not a championship fight. And even if it was 5 rounds, I think Phil Davis had the game. His game plan was he put into fighting Yoel was working anyway. So I thought Phil Davis was gonna win regardless of. I don't know why some people started booing, and maybe just because they wanted to see, you know, Yoel Romero win, or even just knock out Phil Davis, and that just didn't happen. You know, but I think Davis had to do what he had to do. You know, he did a fantastic job on neutralizing, you know, Yoel Romero, not really letting him tee off how he normally does against his opponents and gets the knockout victory. I think it was a fantastic game plan by Davis. It wasn't the most, you know, craziest fight, but when it comes to strategy and game plan wise, I think that was fantastic. I think Phil Davis played it to a T. Yoel, what he needed to do was give us the old Romero that everybody loves and loves to see. And you know, he's already up there in age. Romero's already up there in age. You know, I think it's time for him to assess his career and like he's been in wars. You know, people love him to death. I think that right now with him losing like that to Phil Davis, I think it's just time for him. I think to assess his career and think about like should I continue going forward. You know, because if he doesn't become more active in his fights, he's going to continue on losing. I mean, he hits hard, but if you can't land that, and if you're not throwing as much, you're not going to land that punch that you're looking for to stop the fight. You know, he needs to be the explosive Yoel Romero. You know, he's fighting at 205. I'm pretty sure it's not that bad of a weight cut compared to coming down to 185. You know, Romero looked humongous in this fight. Phil Davis as well. You know, so I think for Romero is just assessing what he's gonna do next, and for Davis, just moving one step closer again. You know, to fighting for a title. Even though right now the champ is, you know, all that's in the Grand Prix right now. So, you know, uh just see what's next for Phil Davis. And yeah, guys, if you like this video, please hit a like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.